is like 69 here. But it's about 74. What the frick is going on? Oh, this is here for a long time. Yes. I'll let you out there though. His dog. My boy, he's got his dog out there, so he can't go out right now, bro. Why is it like wrong like that? Yo, we gotta do something with your hairs, bro. Yo, for real, man. I can't keep buying sticky roly things, bro. That's crazy, cuz. Yo, I gotta get that. I gotta go see if they got that white thing. I'm not going to Walmart, man, but I gotta get that because I can't do that, bro. I can't do that, bro. You're not even as big as his cats. Like, where's all that hair coming from, bro? He's looking at me like, man, just handle it. I'm gonna handle it, bro. All right. I hope nobody come here is allergic to kittens or cats. God dog, bro. Oh, it ain't that bad. It just looks like it in the sun. Sheesh. God dog, bro. Bro. Why you looking at me like you're crazy, bro? It's open. Go over there. Why don't let this go over there? Get your long. Go over there. I'll let you on the back in a little bit, all right? We'll open it a little bit here. If you keep messing with my feet, boy, man, we're gonna be scrapping. Me and you gonna scrap solid. I'm talking about solid, straight hour of scrapping, cuz. You and that little weird hairball. Move. Get up somewhere. Lost your mind. Play it safe, Baba. Yeah, man. Have a little talksy. I got a lot of reading to do today. Today is Shmo Day. Today is Shmo Day. Hey, what's cracking? What's going on? Let's wait a few more minutes if you don't mind. Sunday, right? Y'all didn't get too drunk or anything last night, did you? Didn't use any illicit drugs, I hope not. And you didn't argue with each other, did you? I hope not. Some people, if they can't have it their way, it's an argument, or they just stop, which is kind of cowardly and weak, but arguing is never a way So alcohol, if you can't drink, don't drink. If you have to use illicit drugs, please be bigger than that. I'm just getting I gotta get this tea bag out. I don't, I used to have this habit of leaving the tea bag in when I drink tea. What are you doing? When I drink my tea, it's not good. And not everything organic, especially, not everything organic is organic, y'all. So I'm going to give a little synopsis on Avatar, Water's Life. I would just express that you watch it, and then whatever I say, you can minimalize it or you can enlarge it. Remember, it's my own opinion on it, so don't take it literal and run off to the Vegetas with it. Some of you probably don't like what I've got to say about it. I didn't watch it all. I fell asleep like an hour in. I was gone. I don't know. It's like 9. I don't know. I was out. So I woke up this AM. I woke up at 7 o'clock and I finished watching it. So not too long ago, actually. Yeah, the Patreon, I'll put everything up here, but if you want to go over there, I'm gonna go ahead and put my page up what it looks like, and that's all you gotta do. I know if you got that app, if you see it, all you gotta is put on my name. My name will pull up, and then you'll see one of the 2 pictures of me with the with the 223 Ys, with the rebel flag, and then the other one's different looking, but you'll see it. You have the content creation and Patreon, which is one and the same, but it's real weird. I've been still reading it and everything. I put up a few things. I put up a couple of videos. Right now, I can't really go over 15 seconds. I've got to actually edit, and on the phone, I got to edit thing now. Where I got to edit some of the some videos I have, and I believe once the following gets right, then I can go ahead and do some different things. Go on and talk, but it has to have a certain amount of people. Susu's there. She's there. I just put up Copper Shaman. I put up a couple of things. It's there. I'm gonna put it up, but I need more followers. So, because if anything ever happens here, and y'all didn't subscribe to my other account, I'll just be over on Patreon doing my thing. Doing whatever I can until, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna subscribe to Guns and Gadget, Warrior Poet Society. There's a couple of people who co-sway. I really like the guys. I really like them. This Chinese cat made this Pacific Rim, Gypsy, which Danger or whatever. Phenomenal. I was like, dude, because I like that stuff, And Hippie Guy TV, he builds model cars like I do. So, he builds. I sit there. I send him messages. Dude, you've got to have since he's been doing this for years, about 5,000 model cars, and where you live at, like. His room must be just cars on top of cars on top of cars. He builds them like every week, like every other day or every day. Seriously, y'all. And then the editing. I know he does some excellent editing. So anyway, for those who like to build models, and then I like flight tests. Peter Stahl, the little Hindi kid, American, but that build planes and all that kind of stuff. So I like that. This is stuff based upon my memory, my childhood memory, things that I did, balsa planes, blah, 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 blah. My young, we're not childs or kids. I keep forgetting that. Younglings. I keep using these damn terms that are just no good. So anyway, I just want to read something to you guys right quick. Let me see how this tastes here. I got a little hibiscus. It's good for inflammation and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. That's hot. All right. Just want to read something to you guys right quick. I actually got some pretty good sleep last night. I don't even remember falling asleep. I just know I was watching. I don't like leaving my TV on. I woke up and it was looking at me, and I was like, dude. And it just screamed, And I was like, oh, I gotta finish watching that movie, So, how many of you know about Operation Northwoods? want to express this to you because we have a lot of lazy, melanated people in our country. We're talking about the people who are our people, who don't know who they are. I don't know. Only African Americans that accept that are the people who were born in the last generation, in their 30s. And they were pushing that in the schools. So if they're in their 30s now, we go back to Obama's term. You get where I'm coming from? So logistically, not everybody calling the war says he's African. I don't know, whatever. I know that a lot of people, a lot of them brothers and sisters on the so-called west coast of Africa, these land masses are not what you see in the map. That is not what the lands are. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Majority of them are from here in the Caribs and all. I'm serious. And that's why I get tired of these real smart, go with the flow type individuals. Love what Colin Moore does. I just think that he's attorney now, whatever. So what? I went to law school. It doesn't mean crap. They speak legalese. It's a game. It's a game. But people who are staunch in their beliefs can make change. So I believe it's possible. But for him to push that African-American narrative shows that he is ignorant to a whole lot of truths. You know, I've seen about 30 videos of pilots telling people there's no curvature, the earth is not round. I learned how to fly a Cessna back in the 80s. So I'm telling you, the earth is not friggin' round. They can silence and do what they want. The earth is not some spinning ball moving at 50, 60 something trillion million miles, whatever the smack. And the sun is not some 93.6 because it was 80 million miles back in the Copernicus time. It's all nonsense. I read Flatlanders. Y'all heard the guy in there break down specifics and point out everything that these systems are still running with that are felonious. I debunked them based on their text and the truth of narrations that mainstream don't want nobody to see. It's like Antarctica. They found ships, they found all kind of stuff out there. I am serious, people. And then they want to tell you where you can and can't go. That is not government's position. What is government for? To govern people how? It is not how it's being utilized. These people have become ludicrous. Everything's about fear and destruction. I already expressed to y'all what was about 5 years ago, a friend of mine, 3 years, 2018, 19, right when this fake-demic happened. New York City, his nephew, a friend of mine, his nephew, he's in the army. At night, him and other people were detailed to go, without no questions, cats walking around with black suits, get bombs. And load them up on these, and they had them, and these individuals loaded them up on these trucks. No, nothing about it's like that. It's like before the trade centers were hit. You know, what's the name pulled out something $1 trillion? Well, $3.6 trillion just mysteriously disappeared. And what's even funny about it, that's where the fake plane, where the explosion happened at. Well, let me go ahead and read Operation Northwood. Okay, so you can see one of these General Lyman L. Lemnitzer, 13 small hat motherfucker. Anyway, right? Who was in charge as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Okay, so anyway, Operation Northwood was a proposed false flag operation against American citizens that originated within the United States Department of Defense. That's not America. That's the United States Department of Defense. Like Washington has nothing to do here. It's a so-called, they purchased it. It's country within a country. All right. So that for those of you who don't know, of the United States government, not United States of America. It's kind of coy that they remove America. In 1962, the proposals called for CIA operatives to both stage and commit acts of violent terrorism against American military and civilian targets. And they were willing. So what does that tell you about the CIA? Or the FBI? Or the ATF? Civilian targets, blaming them on the Cuban government and using it to justify a war against Cuba. The possibilities detailed in the document included the remote control of civilian aircraft, which would be secretly repainted as U.S. Air Force planes, A fabricated shoot-down of a U.S. Air Force fighter aircraft off the coast of Cuba, and the possible assassination of Cuban immigrants sinking boats of Cuban refugees on the high seas, blowing up a United States ship, and orchestrating terrorism in U.S. cities. The proposals were rejected by President John F. Kennedy. They had to kill him. This is how sick these fucktards are. They're even worse now. Anyway, Fidel Castro had taken power in Cuba in 1959 and began allowing communists into the new Cuban government. Now, isn't it funny how our school system, liberals and everything, are fascists and communists? The way conservatives carry on is in lieu because they're playing the good guy while being the bad guy. Any of y'all, pay attention. Black box, who owns the media, what's dictated, what's printed in the newspapers, per se. Cuban government nationalizing U.S. communists into the new Cuban government, nationalizing United States businesses, and improving relations with the Soviet Union. Arousing the concern of the U.S. military due to the Cold War, the operation proposed creating public support for a war against Cuba by blaming it for terrorist acts that would actually be perpetrated by the U.S. government. We see that right now. To this end, nobody's attacked us, bro. Except for these fucktards who have lost their way. Nobody has attacked us. And they have a lot of dumb young motherfuckers who they can incorporate. And a lot of foreigners. I hate saying the word foreigner, but it's the reality, sadly. Blaming it for terrorist acts that would actually be perpetrated by the United States government. To this end, Operation Northward's proposals recommended hijackings and bombings, followed by the introduction of phony evidence that would implicate the Cuban government, is stated. The desired result from the execution of this plan would be to place the United States in the apparent position of suffering defensible grievances from a rash and irresponsible government of Cuba, and to develop an international image of a Cuban threat to peace in the Western Hemisphere. And with a divided people attacking each other in the streets. You're about to see that now. But anyway, several other proposals were included within Operation Northwoods, including real or simulated actions against various U.S. military and civil authorities. So they don't give a fuck about the military. There you go, veterans, you big idiots running around. Oh, we're great America, blah, blah, blah. They're trying to killing half of y'all too. So anyway, the operation recommended developing a communist Cuban terror campaign in the Miami area, in other Florida cities, and even in Washington, which involved the bombing of civilian targets, which was to be blamed on the Cuban government to paint a false image of Fidel Castro and misinform the American public. The plan was drafted by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, signed by Chairman Lyman Lemmonster, we're going to him in a minute, and sent to the Secretary of Defense. Although part of the U.S. government's anti-communist Cuban project, which is something you can read entirely on its own, small paperback, Operation Northwoods was never officially accepted. It was authorized by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, but then rejected by President Kennedy. None of the false flag operations became active under the auspices of the Operation Northwoods proposals. But what I'm looking at is, have we been dealing with that for the last, since 1963? We have been dealing everything they have done, even with the fake motherfuckers over there in Palestine attacking the U.S. naval ship. You know what ship I'm getting ready to say, right? Liberty. That's right. Going and strafing with A4s and killing people, Americans. So anyway, this fucktard, Lyman Lewis Lemnitzer, August 29, 1899. Good, he's good and dead. November 12, 1988. Okay. Was the United States Army general who served as the fourth chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff from 1960 to 62. He then served as the Supreme Allied Commander Europe of NATO from 1963 to 69. I guess y'all heard about NATO, right? Okay, that's a whole nother topic. We're not going to get into that. So he died at 89. Buried in Arlington National Cemetery. United States Army. General. Battles, World War II, Korean War. Okay. Other work, Rockefeller Commission. Swearing in of the Rockefeller Commission in 1975, Nelson A. Rockefeller, Lyman L. Lemser, Ronald Reagan, Edgar F. Shannon Jr., David W. Bellin, John T. Connor, C. Douglas Dillon, Irwin N. Griswold, Lane Kirkland. These are all very bad people. They were able to maneuver themselves into positions they were never meant to be put in. Well, we know that the commission was created in response to a December 1974 report in the New York Times that the CIA had conducted illegal domestic activities, including experiments on United States citizens during the 1960s. The commission issued a single report in 1975 touching upon certain CIA abuses, including mail opening and surveillance of domestic dissident groups. It also publicized Project MKUltra, a CIA mind control study. Several weeks later, committees were established in the House and Senate for a similar purpose, and White House personnel, including future Vice President Dick Cheney, edited the results, including many of the commission's findings from the final report. Some of these findings were included in later reports by congressional committees. Before it was even released, the report faced scrutiny from the media and was deemed a whitewash. The investigation, that's not what whitewash, anyway, the investigation was intended to be independent of presidential interference. Wow. But the findings and recommendations included in the final report were highly altered from what was chosen by the commission itself. It was ultimately superseded in notability by the more substantial Church Committee in what became known as the Year of Intelligence. Now, what was the Church Committee? The Church Committee is formerly the United States Senate Select Committee to study governmental operations with respect to intelligence activities. Was a U.S. Senate Select Committee in 1975 and investigated abuses by the Central Intelligence Agency, National Security, NSA, the FBI, and the IRS, which this is none of their fucking role. IRS should have been long abolished. Chaired by Idaho Senator Frank Church, Democrat, Indiana. And the committee was part of a series of investigations into intelligence abuses in 1975, dubbed the Year of Intelligence, including its House counterpart, the Pike Committee, and the Presidential Rockefeller Commission. The committees, and see, they inserted themselves to Rockefeller after they got rid of Kennedy and had a couple of things done to finalize the removal of the silver and gold standard completely from the dollar. Everybody thinks it was 1930 something. It was Nixon was the final coup d'etat that finalized doing his little, was he yellow Harvard? Anyway, doing his part for their agenda. The worse of cause, not the greater cause. Now, these things you can pull up, okay? You can actually pull them up, you know what I mean? And you can pull up MKUltra, COINTELPRO, Family Jewels. I'm serious, y'all. A CIA program to covertly assassinate foreign leaders. Family Jewels. Operation Mockingbird, as a systematic propaganda campaign with domestic and foreign journalists operating as CIA assets and dozens of U.S. news organizations providing cover for CIA. That's why I believe what's his name of the Gong Show really did work for the CIA. He was a Jew. It was a Ashkenaz. And they had to make him out to be crazy after they let him tweak that movie a little bit. And then he just disappeared. I mean, I'm not big on none of this crap. I'm just only pointing out with orthogonous. If our people knew better, they would do better. Instead of acclimating to the narratives they've created, they'd be better stand-up people instead of the fools they carry on. And I mean, we've got a lot of dummies right now who believe there's something. I want to give a shout out to Roy Davenport. Thanks for the 20. Appreciate it. Joshua Northern, I think I hit you up yesterday, right? And I appreciate that. And Timmy S. DeHines. Appreciate you guys. All right. So the Patreon, I will get it up. There's a lot of work that goes into it, as I was stating. All right. I took a couple of shots. Ronald was having a hard time finding it. Sue's in there. All you guys come over there, because if I ever get on here, that's where I'll be at. The more people I get over there, the more I'll be able to do. If any of y'all know how Patreon works. Other than that, I guess you want to hear a little bit about Avatar, huh? Water is life. I don't like sensationalizing anything. I'm not real gimmicky at all. Yet, yeah, that's us. Time immoral. And immoral because there's a perversion. Two distinct creatures, sea and land. Two distinct people. Grand tree, life, the essence, returns. Water is life. For we come from it and we return. We liquidize. We've been taught to panic, drown. We see the worst of the worst, war, dead bodies floating. That does not allow you to elevate and illuminate. That does not allow you to pull on the deeper resources or responses you have available to you inside of who you are. It's amazing how they take history, like it's a phenomenon, and going way back. And then they lay it out in a way that's hard to accept for most people because it's just purely, let it be entertainment. You know, you got those individuals, you know. In this time and age, it's good to have them here because that shows things are broken. But in order to fix things, you have to look beyond. And there's some phenomenal parts. And so what does the enemy do? The Ashkenaz? What does the enemy do? Well, even though the Marine died at the hands of, all right, they take his memory and grew him one of those bodies and inserted his memory in there. Elon Musk much? Bill Gates much? Okay? They're surrogates. They're nobodies. When people talk about Biden, they're surrogates. They're nobodies. Shaw, nobodies. They're just puppets. Trust me on this. And then they have a whole bunch of them. They did this too. They inserted their memories into all of these bodies to be able to move amongst the people and to assault, to destroy. It's just kickback. Vengeance for what? Going there and messing up in the first place, not understanding the lands, and having their ass handed to them. And you get what I'm saying? And then they had children. You see, right now, they want to stop everybody from being able to have children. They don't want to talk about it, but I don't care. Right now, a friend of mine who's a doctor says, man, he is seeing so many stillborns and blood clots. And he says it's unparamount. And then I look at the countries who are not having this issue. And a lot of them, they're teleoperators you're talking to. Have you paid attention? That's NATO. With a bunch of punks who think they can fight us. But they need us weak. You're not kidding, are you? So you see there, they didn't employ chemical weapons. What they did, though, was utilize tactical, evasive, and brute force. But there was the resilience of the people. That wasn't undermined, nor was it removed. With us, we have too many of our people running around lagging, dumb idiots. It's the stupidest of stupid. Just, you can't make this up. I mean, it's the stupidest of the stupidest. The movie was excellent. Entertainment-wise, I enjoyed it. But I saw so much more. I always do when I'm looking at a movie. Things stand out, and then there's some things that's like, oh, dude, they're just really trying to mess. They're just trying to throw you off right there. I see it. And then the ship sinking. And the son who saves the father, who was a bastard. The one who was killed by, and then I don't like to, and then homeboy dealt with him, and Then the son. Moral subjugation. Just couldn't let him die. And yet the other son, life was taken. I'm not going to say who or what. You've got to watch it. If you haven't, then good. I don't want to just, when you get to it, you'll be like, oh, red, okay. Inversion, bro. You got to see it for yourself. Now, I'm not going to beat on everything. It's just unnecessary. It is us. Somewhat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you got to check it out. It's phenomenal. What's funny is, we create hockey, basketball, we create all these things. We were actually excellent swimmers. Then all of a sudden, all the enemies coming in, we were all divided up. And they were filling our old ancient swimming pools with concrete. After they got done with it, they didn't want us in them. Now, what you don't hear is there were brothers and sisters fighting still. Up into the 1950s, they always show you the news. They got CIA was behind it. They got to control the narrative. So they got to show you all the people getting flipped up with water hoses and dogs bit. They don't show you the dogs that get shot and the police that get shot, the fire department trucks that got set on fire. Some of y'all know your grandmammies and grandpappies. You better ask them about it. See, they don't want to show you that because it gives you hope. They need you to be subjugated. They need you to have fear. They need you to, these little boys wanting to be girls and all that. And then they're so, you see what's going on. I'm not here to beat them up. I'm just saying, it's a reality. When you have nothing on your hand but time to do vile things and to be incorporated, murder and everything else, and then to carry out these unjust things and to be able to see things that nobody else sees. There's no regular Navy SEALs or MARSOC Marine or Delta ODA going over there and on it. Well, it was Navy, setting up things at one time, and who maybe some of them have got to see some things, and they wrote about it, and some of them didn't live long. No, these are individuals going over there. These are all part of those deep secret groups, from CIA, this, that, and other, all that other stuff. Oh, trust me. And even with what they're saying, you would think that they would have a little more insight, but somebody's referencing sources of information, and they're making sure to tell them a particular set of rules. So they're not getting the truth. Neither. Trust me. But it's I don't want to say them names again because they're doing what they got to do, as far as I'm concerned. You can see it because who was behind the operations. It's like they just couldn't stop, we got to do this. We got to do this, And here we are. They're in the oldest lands with the most ancient of people, us. And these retards don't have a friggin' clue. You better snap up. I'm surprised somebody liked and took it away. Wow. And then put it back. Thank you. It's not about the lights and stuff, but it helps. I need to get the argument out there. We have more people join. For those who joined in, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I shake the tree a lot of times. I hope you're not thin-skinned. But yeah, check it out. I actually have the movie cheap. I was able to get it cheap, so I'm not paying no 19 on YouTube Studios, and heck no, it didn't cost that much in the movie theater to own it, and I didn't pay what they was Walmart. I haven't been there in so long. Yeah, I went to my boy. It's like, yo, man, $5. Oh yeah, man, you can have that, man. It's banging. I'm like, thank you. And so yeah, so watched it. It's good. You dig what I'm saying? I got the first one too. So I read you Operation North. These things are important. I felt like that would go with this and what you're dealing with right now. Like the fact that they're still doing what they're doing up there, and that's psychosis. That is conditioning. But there's a role being there's something happening. They have gone so, I can't even say rogue no more. What gets me is the people who still sit there. I'm looking at the idiots who are like, yeah, they're gonna, the retarded in the liberal states, yeah, they're locking Donald Trump up. ain't gonna lock him up. He's part of the goddamn game. At one time, maybe not, but you gotta look at who his parents are. Doesn't mean that everybody wants to play the same thing. Have y'all noticed yesterday or the day before, was it Thursday or Friday? Excuse me, it's Sunday, right? When they said, oh, they own the house and they're gonna start pumping oil again. Biden came in there knowing that he's not even here no more, y'all. I don't know who the fools that'll keep playing his roles. And the funny thing is, when Trump left office, he signed an executive order where Biden's not really a president, y'all. Do y'all know who's actually in charge of all that? I just want to know if anybody's been paying attention to this stuff. Because I don't get in politics. I hate it. I think it's this because these mugs are all frauds. But anybody know what Trump did when he left office? Are you aware that a lot of the shootings they talk about in the White House with this Jean-Pierre, fake Haitian, worthless piece of excrement, they're not in the White House, y'all. They're on the front. That's the stage. Ain't nobody up in the Franklin House. I have disdain calling it the White House. That's just, oh. Y'all don't get how big the picture is. Yeah, and then yesterday I talked about Brickz. You paying attention? We don't need none of them. Without us, they would have never been nothing. It's this sick government and this 13 big tribe motherfuckers. Now, not all of them are backwards. There's a lot of them who are on this side right here. You see what I'm saying? But we're talking about the people because they're killing. They don't care. We're talking about the people that y'all want to call elites. How the fuck you call somebody an elite who's a vagabond, deranged, unenlightened, huh? A sick bastion of nothing but issues and problems and chaos. How do y'all? I'm attempting to have an understanding about that. So yes, don't worry. I'm gonna make me a mayo and tomato sandwich. Oh man. Oh, toast. Oh my goodness. I love those. Oh, I grew up eating tomato sandwiches. But when I showed y'all that Lincoln was a Negro, there's a lot of people that have a hard time with it. The videos are there. Read the books, shared the pictures, told the history, watched the movies. I remember watching when I was coming up as a kid, black and white, with Mr. Bing Crosby himself playing, Abe Lincoln, blackface, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And his wife. And it's the funny thing because even his father's writings, he pretty much tells everybody who his son and who he is. And then we have these people come with this London bull BS. That's like you might as well go and follow that goofy ass woman in the 1990s that created the what's that Moorish, what's the name of that tribe? Some of y'all might belong to that. Y'all need to leave that shit alone. Seriously. Wake up. And don't be saying ace to me. I got enough ace bandages as it is. Ace. Fuck. Isn't it bad enough languages are so screwed up all over the world? We don't need more hypocritical bullshit of religion. It's not to divide or separate people from something spiritual. But I'm here to tell you that it's within you. And whatever is out there, it'll make itself known. It's that simple. But no, we have to be complicated. We have to vilify ourselves. We have to look at things intrusively and obstructively. I'm not one big on that. Everybody wants to be the goat or something. Like, why? Why you want to be a goat? The greatest of all time. No, nigga, you're an animal. That's not the greatest of anything. No. How is anybody the greatest of all time right now? Somebody please express that and explain it to me. Even Mike Tyson ain't the greatest of all time. Hell, my grandfather, Joe Louis, was scared to fight him. Smoke Dynamite Charlie Wright. So, what's the greatest of all time? It's more septic purgatory. To have our minds scripted and grafted into a bunch of BS. Always seeking something better when we haven't even bettered ourselves. When we've been demoralized and saturated with so much idiosyncrasies and bullshit. So what's the greatest of all time? Because you idolize another man or woman? Oh, the issue. You idolize man and woman. Oh, okay. And the funny thing is, all these people run around with this thing they call a crucifix. Don't even know what that really is. Do y'all really know what that is? That's a deal. Do the research. Don't start opening your mouth so quick, because I'm what I tell you, from now on, for those people who come across and think they know something, do the research. You don't know what this is. It ain't got nothing to do with no goddamn fake Jesus. It ain't got shit to do with religion. That's a deal. We got a deal breaker now. All these music guys getting plugged in their booty. Date, drug, rape, and this, that, and other. And what is the distraction? Bill Cosby. Trump. But everybody, one of them, been to Epstein Island. Like, make it make sense. And then y'all still gotta have something to chase instead of chasing yourself and finding out who you really are and what you're capable of. And then allowing yourself to delve into the truth of your history, which is in you. All that information's in there. Otherwise, they wouldn't be poisoning you. Everything we eat, everything we touch. But I'm not saying that for a hype game. I'm not telling you that because I want you to be scared and in fear. I want you to move. I want you to have this inferiority issue. I want you to, like, inferiority of self. Like, and this stuff don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Inversion. Did you see what I just did? I don't want you to be inferior to nobody. I want you to have this inferiority complex. That means with self. The real you is shit. Dig into the real you right now, right? Who you think is the real is shit. Dig into the real you. Dig into who you really are. Because I guarantee you are far from it. Guarantee you. Done with the Indian shit. Nigga, we got motherfuckers out here with fighting words. How many of y'all ready to bleed and go to sleep and move on to the next? See, that's the problem. A lot of y'all ain't ready for shit. And that's where we're slacking. That's our problem. I don't advocate violence, but we're in a violent time. There's war upon us, and you motherfuckers are still sitting up in your suburbs and in your cities, still looking like idiots, like, oh, I got a plan. I can't take all this with me. You need to learn how to get the fuck up and move without it. Oh, you think what I'm saying won't be resounding? Y'all think like, oh, he always talking about that. I know how it ends, but I know how it could end. I'm not fucking playing when I say that. Why, you have an inferiority complex? Because you don't? See, that's what I'm talking about. We've idolized so many things that we don't know how to deal with self responsibly and respectfully to be able to deal with one another the same way. You know, I always say, I ain't going to have you just do me any kind of way. I don't do me like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to treat you how I treat myself. And I do that. But I don't tolerate stupidity either. And most people are figuring it out now. Some have. So I read you that. Oh, there's more to this too. There's a whole lot more. I gave you the little synopsis. I'm not going to tell you the movie. I don't want to be a spoiler alert and all that kind of crap. To Avatar: Life is Water, unless you've seen it, then cool. More power to you. Excuse me. Can't stand these sons of bastards. Well, they get them in every way. But anyway, Operation Northwoods. If you go on, I think Wikipedia is better because you have all the different places where you could check all the other information and stuff and keep and learning so much more. You would think that they would remove all that, right? You can go on there, you can hit John F. Kennedy to give you a whole bios, like 6 different lines. Office, what happened, the lie. I still can't believe there's some people still believe in the magic bullet. Yet, we've got guys from deathbeds. And people swearing that the driver shot homeboy in the head. Boom, boom. It's possible. The Magruder film is proving that there's a lot of it removed. The CIA had it first. And there's somebody else, there was 2 more people out there filming. Nobody could find it. And what was he talking about in Behold the Pale Horse, the CFR, Commission on Foreign Relations? I got to get loose jaw on that. Hello? Is it starting to make some sense to you guys? I'm going to shut some of y'all out, and we're going to get off of here because I want to come back in about an hour and a half. I'm going to make my tomato sandwich. I got to get my tomato sandwich, y'all. Okay? Might throw some lettuce up on it. So I got like 5 different kinds of greens. So I got to has that. You know what I mean? And this tea is good. Hibiscus tea. Let me give y'all a shout out again. I appreciate everybody with the donations. Love y'all like a motherfucker. I'm gonna get some goddamn books. Let's get some shout outs. Cholo, you there first, girl? What's going on, yo? Rondo, what's up, beloved? We're gonna fix that though, bro. Okay. Mikey Hill was cracking. What's good, baby? What's good, baby? You know it's number love. Joshua Northern, what's going on? Much love and respect. Lloyd, why do? What's going on, fam? For sure. From the only blackface that I thought was good, with all due respect, Tropical Thunder. So, hey, I'm this dude playing another dude dressed up like another. Hey, yeah, that's my shit. I got that. I got Tropical Thunder. I might even watch that today. God damn it! I need to go outside and get some. I need to be out there for a few hours, y'all, and get some of that sun. Big Pontiac, what's going on, brother? What's going on, Chief? Joshua Northern, what's that? I keep telling people that the greatest of all time. Yeah, right. I think yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm the greatest of all time, motherfucker. Actually, I just feel like I just need to exist. That's just exist, not in the paradigms of their perversion, because their perversion is to exist is to be a slave, is to not think, to be held culpable even when the blame is not on you, to be a willing sacrifice no matter what for the perversions of whatever it is they want to do. See. People think you don't have some of y'all don't have a clue as to the shit they do. And I'm serious. There's some people, man, who aren't prepared. They've done some very vile things to people. And we're going to leave it at that, okay? We judge ourselves by Hollywood standards, the media, and pretty much everything. Exactly. Bam. Exactly. Standards accepted. It's like school, like education curriculum. The same thing. How many of y'all ever follow the curriculum and go back to see what was taught over the last like 4 and 4 or 2 and 2, depending on what grade level? Going back to 1964 or 66, 64, 66. Because before that, even though my aunt and all them went to college and everything, they knew everything it was going to be doing. They didn't go to school for this crap. When they were kids, no, it was working. And it was learning a trade. Tell me I'm wrong. I talked to my uncle in Detroit. Big numbers runner, big with the mafia and everything like that. Tall, a giant of a man, 80 years old now, 80, 81. And like John, my Uncle John Amos. He can't believe, he even wonders about his brothers and sisters. How the fuck they forget anything? They know everybody. Well, Uncle Gary knew some other people too, though. And he's amazed at my knowledge. And I says when I was in the military, it was and great grandma, Mama Tina. He says, yeah, Rick, she made sure she did take you. And that was all the way. Take the oldest sons. He's the oldest. I'm the oldest. And they dump us with all this information. Well, my 2 brothers become stupid. No, not bad mouthing, because you mess with my brothers, I kill you. Dead ass. Mess with my sisters, there's not a breath that you can find. And that's a guarantee. David, Kimberly, Pam, Nikki, Dwight, Reggie. I don't give a fuck. You fuck with any of my brothers and sisters, you will never, there will be nothing left of you. I don't advocate violence. When I say nothing, literally I mean nothing. But me and Uncle Gary talk all the time, and it's as if we were around the same fire pit. And it's amazing. And then he gives me little details about things, and I'm like, dude, I didn't know that. He's like, but you remembered all that when you met Uncle Teddy? You know, yeah, fought in the Civil War with Confederates, you know, Republicans, yeah. He's like, yeah, but no, you know, everybody want to be this liberal, all this. I was like, they some idiots. I don't know what happened. It's got to be in the water. It's got to be in the food. Well, we all know it's all chemicals. Got everybody screwed. Nobody wants to fast. You know what I'm saying? Man, I love y'all, man. And people always want to knock back on the fact because we got Chinese relatives in my family. We got Spanish bloodline. Hello, Irish, and Dutch. The Ashkenaz. I told you there's a reason why they were marrying into certain families. You just haven't figured it out yet. Because you accept yourself for what you are, but you should. That's a beautiful thing. The world was a beautiful place. And it will be again. Oh. We might not be here, but we'll witness it. Trust me on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Appreciate everybody coming in. I love y'all dearly. Changes every couple years. You can go back and you can look at all the curriculums. You can look at what they were teaching. Just like when they were talking about putting out critical race theory. Who was a proponent or wanted to do that? You've got to look at these individuals. You've got to read what it is they want to put out there. Look at the underline and the small print. Really say, what is going on? We already know these individuals are they are taken in these rooms. They're told what they're going to do. These politicians, these Maxine Waters and these Lori Lightfoots and all these goofy Cory Bookers and so on, and Ted Cruz and the whole slew of them. Ron Paul, he might be ahead of one of them, but I'm just saying all of them are told, this is what you're going to do. And they get together, they become well practiced at it, and they go out, just like it is reading prompts, and they play their role. And so people stop with the bullshit ethnicities and races and all that other goofy shit. Learn what a truth is and how to employ it. We're going to stay on this road. We don't need a shit made from China, Russia, Africa, nowhere. We can employ ourselves and keep the dollar circulating right here on this land. They got everybody all upset because these motherfuckers really want to subjugate us and our land to this bullshit. Fuck that. You see all the foreigners, all these Chinese that came across, these fighting age men? I say, man, hey, the last thing they really want to do is get caught up in a play. That's why some of them are putting on costumes and everything else like the Africans did 20 years ago in Texas and New York. And nobody's paying attention because niggas become dumb. They've been chasing a dollar that ain't worth shit. They don't know who they really are. And then we got little fake ass motherfuckers who got tribal affiliations and they ain't telling nobody else nothing. And when they did, they just gave up. So it means that they really didn't do anything in the first place. I wish one of them niggas would try me like they trying everybody else. I wish one of them would. And I've shown them love to everybody, but I am waiting for one of them to step out of pocket. Yeah. I've said what I need to say about certain individuals and ain't one of them say goddamn thing back. I wish they would. Because they're disrespectful. And y'all follow some of them motherfuckers. You better get your shit together. Trust me, choices will have to be made. Okay? And they're not gonna be good. All right? So we'll see y'all. I'm gonna make me some goddamn mater sandwich. See y'all about 1 o'clock, all right? Beautiful sisters, love y'all to death. My brothers, you know it's always 2 on the 1, all right? I'll see y'all in a little bit, man.